I'm Ethan, a 25-year-old male, and the night everything exploded in my family happened over a simple dinner that should have been peaceful. We were sitting around the dining table. My mom Angela, my dad Robert, and my younger sister Jenna, who had just turned 21 and sat scrolling on her phone like she didn't have a worry in the world. Mom had called us together for what she described as an important family discussion, and I assumed it would be about something routine, bills, travel plans, maybe even my dad's recent medical checkups. But halfway through dinner, as Mom placed her fork down and folded her hands neatly, she looked at me with a seriousness that made my stomach tighten. "Ethan," she said, "hand me your credit card." I blinked in confusion. "For what?" I asked, glancing at Dad, who looked just as lost. Mom sighed like she was already exhausted with me. "Your sister needs $200,000 for her design program, and you're the one earning enough to help. So you will give me your card, and I'll take care of the payment." For a second, I thought she was joking. $200,000 wasn't pocket change. It was savings I had built through years of working long hours, freelance projects, and denying myself things I wanted so I could build a stable future. And Jenna. She didn't even look up. She just smirked at her phone like she was expecting me to say yes instantly. I took a breath. "Mom, that's my money. I worked for it. And I'm not giving you my credit card for something this huge." Mom's expression hardened instantly. "Ethan, don't make this difficult. Your sister's future is at stake." I shook my head. Jenna already dropped out of 2 programs. She never finishes anything. I'm not paying for a third. Jenna snapped her head up finally, glaring at me. "Wow, real nice, Ethan. You think you're better than me." I kept my voice calm. "No. But $200,000 is a serious responsibility. And I'm not taking on debt for choices you haven't committed to." Mom slammed her hand on the table, the plates rattling. "Do you hear how disrespectful you're being? Your sister needs support, and as the older brother, it's your job to give it." Dad cleared his throat, trying to calm the situation. "Angela, maybe we should talk about this reasonably," but Mom cut him off sharply. "No, Robert. He's being selfish. He can afford it." I looked at Dad, silently begging for him to step in more firmly, but he simply lowered his eyes. He wasn't going to challenge her, not tonight. And for a moment, I felt that familiar old sting, the one I had swallowed for years growing up in a house where Jenna always came first. She was the golden child, the center of every decision, every sacrifice, every excuse. But this time, Mom had crossed a line I wasn't willing to accept. "Mom, I'm not giving you my card," I repeated, my voice steady. "And I'm not taking responsibility for $200,000 just because Jenna wants another chance." Mom stared at me like she didn't even recognize me. "If you walk away from this, don't expect us to support you when you need help." That hit harder than I expected. But I didn't back down. "I've been supporting myself for years," I said quietly. "And if this is what family means to you, me handing over everything without question, then maybe I've been standing alone longer than I realized." Jenna scoffed loudly. "Whatever. I'll get into the program without you." But the confidence in her voice sounded forced, even to her. Mom pushed her chair back sharply. "I'm disappointed in you, Ethan. Truly." She stood and left the table, Jenna following behind her with an exaggerated eye roll. Dad stayed seated for a moment, rubbing his forehead. "Son," he said softly, "you know how your mom gets. She just wants Jenna to succeed." I sighed. "Dad, wanting her to succeed is one thing. Forcing me to sacrifice everything I've built is another." He didn't argue. He simply nodded, a tired sadness in his eyes. After a long silence, he reached out and squeezed my shoulder. "You did the right thing, even if your mom can't see it." That night, I drove home feeling strangely lighter, not happy, not relieved, but stronger. For the first time in my life, I had stood my ground, not just quietly accepted the unfairness I'd grown up with. And although the tension lasted for weeks, messages from Mom that alternated between guilt and anger, Jenna posting dramatic things online, Dad apologizing through whispered phone calls, I didn't waver. I had learned something important. Setting boundaries doesn't make you selfish. It makes you honest. And sometimes the people who accuse you of selfishness are the ones who benefited from your silence the longest.